Hello, good evening, good afternoon, wherever the fuck you are, as long as you're on Earth, I don't care. Anyway, welcome to the Mox-Z podcast. Don't ask me what that means unless you know what that means, and don't worry about what it means, because whatever. Anyway, I recently did a challenge where I told a bunch of my peeps who have been saying, you should talk on YouTube, you should talk on YouTube, you should talk on YouTube. Did I mention you should talk on YouTube? I told them that if they could give me over 600 subscribers, before the end of January, I would do something on my series where I actually have to use my American human voice to talk on my channel. So I'm doing a podcast, and it's called Mox-Z. If you've seen my channel since last year, you get it. If you don't, sound it out. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Anyway, joining me are two. Oh God, I can't count. One is a inside out Mr. Potato Head, Joe.
I hate you. I hate you. I hope you know that.
And the other one is the greatest YouTuber ever, who's kind of like be the very best like no one ever was, but he doesn't have Pikachu. Sev.
Good.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
How's everybody doing?
They talk directly into your mic. Discord didn't pick up any of that.
Oh Lord. Okay.
I mean,
What's up, y'all?
literally talk into your mic. Put the mic in your mouth.
Hey yo! Hey yo! Hey yo! I did not ask for this. God damn it! Fucking y'all, help me! Help me! She put a gun to my head, y'all. She put a gun to my head.
Bro, Discord
Hey,
literally cut out as soon as I started laughing. I fucking hate it here. And you can't be in a good mood because it's the internet. Fuck that. Anyway.
Don't worry about it. As long as we sound good on OBS, who cares?
So, this podcast is going to be about whatever the fuck I say it's going to be about. And the people who are going to be the podcast is whoever the fuck I say is going to be on the podcast. And you're just going to sit there and you're going to take it. Just like how everybody had to take Akuma being in Tekken 7, even though that made no fucking sense. Anyway, I'm not traumatized. So, the first topic today, and whoever can give me the best opening statement can go first. The first topic today is honestly something that I've been wanting to talk about for a while, but I didn't want to go on a tangent. Twitter mobs on new game releases. Who wants to go first with their first opening take?
I guess I'll go first.
Oh my god, dude, like no energy, shit.
No, shut up. Okay, I'll go first. I'd say most people that are on Twitter really don't know what the hell they're talking about when it comes to games. So when they shit on it, it's really bad, especially since the mob mentality is a huge thing on the internet. So one thing leads to another, and we're the game that is probably either A, pretty good, or just didn't live up to the expectation, but it's still good, gets burned and undersells, and then we don't get another sequel of the game at all. And it sucks. It really sucks.
I don't think Twitter affects sales. I truly do not believe Twitter affects sales because cyberpunk.
That is true. That is true.
22 million sales, and if anybody tries to ask about the refunds, it was somewhere between 10 and 20,000 refunds. So 10 and 20,000 over 22 million sales. That's like a drop in the bucket. Fuck off. Anyway.
That is true.
Babe, what's your take? Because I know you had to deal with people shitting on DNF Duel, but you like that game. But then you said you didn't like that game. But then you said you did, but then you didn't. Which is it? Do you like that game?
He's a fighting game player. Of course he does.
Okay. Let me be clear.
Talk into the mic because you are cutting out.
All right, that was my fault. Okay, let me be clear. First off, people in the FGC, we like fighting games. We don't like. We say we like this, but
You're
then
cutting
again, we
out
don't.
again. Literally, put the
Okay.
mic in your throat, please.
Oh my lord.
Okay. So, back to what I was saying. The mic it's in my gastrointestines now. Hope everybody can hear me now. It's literally in my throat. It's gonna become a part of me now.
Oh my lord.
We do like the games, and then we don't like the games. But then we secretly do like the games when something new comes around. That's what DLC is for.
Mm-hmm.
But back to the original topic. Twitter hate mobs when it comes to games on release. In my opinion, it's really fucking stupid because just because something that you don't like isn't in the game or it's in the game, you shouldn't try to drag it and make everybody hate it just because you don't like it. It's really fucking stupid, and it shows how little you know about the fucking game.
This
That is
is
also
why
very
I'm marrying
true.
this man. This is why I'm gonna marry him. Preach.
Honestly, I was
Oh,
just
we'll be
being
right
nice and
back
trying to
after
be
these
chill, but I
messages.
agree with you.
We'll be right back after these messages.
If you suck his nuts in front of me, I'll beat your fucking ass, and I'll never be in an episode ever again. Anyways, back to what I'm trying to fucking say. I agree with both of their takes. I'm just trying to be fucking nice, and I don't want to say or do anything outlandish yet because this is the first fucking episode.
This is my take. Shut the fuck up!
I would have said that on episode 10.
This is my podcast. I'm saying it on episode 1.
Let's go.
If
No,
the
I'm saying
game-
I would have done that shit.
I'm gonna say this. As a cyberpunk fan, if the game is buggy and unstable, yes, be mad. If they fix it or they are showing initiative to fix it, calm the fuck down, shut the fuck up. It takes time. If you sit up there and you do anything that requires time to fix, you're not gonna get that shit done overnight. For those of you all who are wondering, a game engine is not everything it takes to make a fucking game. If one thing breaks, then you have to go in and fix animations. Then you have to go in and do all this other shit with Maya and all this other shit and goddamn fucking, oh my god, the motion capture shit. You have to clean up the goddamn motion capture because the original shit that they did with the suits was not perfect and it's kind of messy, and animators have to clean that shit up to make it work within the game. Anybody who said that Skyrim is the greatest game of all time, which I love Skyrim to death, I will play Skyrim. Shut the fuck up complaining about bugs, and as long as they are putting in an initiative to fix it, shut up. Because I've never heard of Bethesda fixing anything in Skyrim, goddammit.
That is true. And not to mention when it comes to cases like Cyberpunk, where the director didn't want to delay the game to make it so it can be coming out with less bugs and glitches. That is also another thing.
But then you also have to
you need-
remember the QA thing that came out with that.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
there's
I'm
a
just
lot
saying.
of shit. There's a lot of shit. And I will say, it's a double-edged sword. There's a lot
I'm
of
just
shit
saying.
when it comes to the internals of development that we
I know.
as consumers will never fucking know because of NDAs and all this other legal shit.
Yeah, I know.
But-
I'm just saying, like, take more time. If a game comes out buggy, it's usually not because the developers wanted to do it like that. Take some time to see what the hell happened, what went wrong, because there are games that are in development hell, and there are games that have been in development hell for fucking years, and you should be happy that it came out. Honestly, this isn't just a Cyberpunk thing. This is a thing with a lot of fucking games.
Yeah, like,
True.
honestly, I feel like, and I truly do believe this, I have never played a Batman game. I will never play a Batman game at this point. Honestly, for me, it's just to keep a personal record of how many years it's been since I've ever played a Batman game, and it's been never. I enjoy watching people play Batman games. I have my gripes with the story of Gotham Knights. But I haven't heard anybody complaining about bugs, glitches, instability, graphics, oh my god, what is that word? Fucking, it starts with an A.
Assets.
No.
I have no clue.
Hold on. It's like right there. Give me a second. What is it called? What is it called? Oh my god. Oh my god, what is it called? Oh my god, it's oh my god. Babe, talking to the mic. Put the mic in your throat.
Yeah.
Babe, talking to the mic. The Discord's literally like, I don't want to hear shit he has to say.
Damn.
Discord's literally not hearing you at all. You're not lighting up at all, babe.
What? It says
There
that
we
we
go.
picked up.
Now you're lighting up. Artifacting. Holy shit.
There we go.
Oh my god. I don't even remember what I was saying now. What was I saying?
Yeah, I'm on fucking cloud nine
Oh,
too. I'm sorry.
right. With the motion capture and shit and fixing artifacting and shit in the game and fucking other graphical issues and shit. And then there's also the whole priority list. It's like, what do you fix? The fact that this item doesn't work in the game, or there's this tree that keeps twerking at this certain spot in the game? Which one do you prioritize? You prioritize the actual item, not the twerking tree.
Yeah.
Keep the twerking tree. That's fun. But oh my god, Jesus Christ. Okay, so the next part of this, I'm gonna ask you both, and then I'll chime in. What game between last year and this year, which it's January, so you already know what game of the year was at this one. But
Yes.
what game between last year and this year do you feel got a lot of undeserved hate? Say you first. Babe.
Okay, that's going to be a little bit hard. I need time to think about that because there were a couple games in my head that got shafted. So I need a minute.
Okay, Joe, what game between last year and this year do you think got a lot of undeserved hate?
Right now, I'd say Forspoken. Forspoken because a lot of people shit on it, which is dumb because the game's actually pretty fun. I played the demo of it. I'm planning on playing the beginning of the game. Not the beginning of the game, the whole planning on buying and playing the game. I just haven't done that because of life shit. But I don't see why people shit on it. And honestly, aside from like optimization issues, the game is fine and it's nothing really crazy. Aside from it having a bit of a inconsistent frame rate and probably like graphical pop-in, from what I heard and seen when it comes to issues on the PC front. It ran smoothly to me when I was playing the demo on the PS5, and I'm planning on getting it on the PS5. And from what I heard, a lot of Square games don't really run great on the PC. And I'm not saying that that's an excuse. I'm just saying, like, you should know what you're getting into. And also, if a game from Square Enix didn't play well on the PC, don't just single out Forspoken, because you could probably name other ones too.
Yeah, I agree. It's one thing if you're not a Square Enix fan in general and you just don't like Forspoken, I can understand that. But if you are pandering and trying to complain about, oh, the open world is... Shut up. Go home. Go actually play the game. Go actually play the game. I heard a lot of people say that the demo didn't have as much as the full game.
Yeah.
That's the point of a demo!
Yeah.
But I could have sworn a demo was to demo the game, not give you the full experience.
Yeah. And even then, like, the small amount of complaints that I have with the demo, from the looks of things, looks like it's been addressed and or fixed in the actual full game. Because at first I thought the open world was a little empty, then I saw Zach play Forspoken a couple of minutes, and there was just a bunch of shit to find and do. So that's good to see.
Okay. Alright, so... now... Sev, do you have a game that you feel like last year got a lot of undeserved hate?
Yes, I do. The game that I feel that had the undeserved hate, it would have to be the most anticipated game of 2023, Forspoken. That game got a lot of hate when it was undeserving. Granted, there were a lot of people that pointed out a couple flaws. The main flaw that I saw, especially on social media, especially on twitter.com, where people tweet their thoughts, a lot of undeserving thoughts. It was mainly just a dialogue, but something that I want to point out, a game that recently dropped called Hi-Fi Rush, a lot of people praise it for that exact same thing that people were complaining about Forspoken was a dialogue. And a lot of people say that it works in Hi-Fi Rush because of like the cartoonish like art style versus Forspoken's art style, but I feel like that's not really too good of an excuse. Granted, the two atmospheres are completely different as well as the art styles, but I feel like you tear down one game for the same exact thing that you're uplifting another game for. I'm just like, it seems kind of backwards if you ask me, but that's just my opinion.
sounds like pandering to me, honestly.
Yeah, and also the hypocrisy. It's very hypocritical.
It sounds like just pandering. It sounds like pandering.
That's a
Okay, so a game last year that came out that I feel got a lot of undeserved hate, honestly. And this is a little controversial. Some of the hate, I get it. But a lot of it is like, nah. The Saints Row reboot. I understand why people think that the plotline is corny. I do agree that there are a lot of moments in the voice acting that it sounded kind of phoned in. But the game itself is not meant to be a serious game. It's not a super serious game. It's fucking Saints Row. Like, I don't even know what people. And here's the thing: every time I hear people complain about, oh, there was actually one bullshit review that I saw that said the headline was literally Saints Row is yet another brokey, buggy mess in AAA titles. I made a video about the two major issues that were in Saints Row. The first one being that for some reason the camera stick, the right stick on controller, the camera was inverted. Down was up was down, left was right, and right was left. You had to go into the settings and basically flip it to get it to work. The second issue was that some of the... Okay, mama, thank you. I'm sorry, my cat. But anyway. The second issue was that some of the controls were a little weird, and you had to go and manually change every single control. The third issue, which I never found a fix for, which this wasn't even like a big issue for me personally, but for other people I can see how it's kind of a weird issue. The weapon wheel was inverted to where left was like everything was backwards on the weapon wheel. But I never really used the weapon wheel. I just switched weapons manually. Like I don't really use the weapon wheel. I just pressed the other button to switch weapons. I don't remember what it was now because I haven't touched the game in a little bit. But other than that, I didn't really run into any. The game never crashed. It never froze. I wasn't just floating in midair. The only other small issue that I dealt with was that sometimes my clothes would revert to their default colors and I have to go back in and recolor them. But that's not a big deal to me. Like it was it's not that big of a deal.
And if I can touch up on the inverted controls for the camera and the weapon wheel, a lot of games do that. So
like what?
Like I know shit. I'm drawing a blank, but I know a bunch of games do that.
You can't say that without giving an example, bro.
I think crap, hold on.
I'm sorry.
Anyways, what I'm trying to say, no.
Games because all you played last year.
No, okay, I played Elden Ring and I played Kirby
and I played
Elden
fucking
Ring
for 20 minutes last year.
And no, I didn't. I played it a lot during the summer. Shut the fuck up, Sach. Anyways, I don't fucking need a fucking example because there's a lot of fucking games do that.
If you're gonna say something like give an example, example, like I can say this: mini maps are not a bad thing, and I can list like 10 games that have mini maps. Sleeping Dogs, every GTA game, that's 6 of them right there. Fucking Final Fantasy 15 have a mini map. Yes, it did. Final Fantasy 15. Fucking Cyberpunk 2077. Goddamn Saints Row. Oh my god, I need one. Not every RPG. They put the mic in your mouth!
Every RPG.
Not every RPG. Every RPG does not have a fucking mini map. Goddamn Final Fantasy 10. Shit, there. Mini map. So... But no, like also... Which also, no, that actually brings us into our other topic.
No, what I'm just trying to say is, let me fucking finish. Let me finish. There are games that have that problem, so it's more so of a universal gaming thing than that video game specifically.
Okay. But,
next time, let me finish.
Okay. Everybody, round of applause.
Shut the fuck up, Sasha.
I'm gonna put in a sound effect literally.
I hate you.
But no, Cubby, goddamn, Jesus Christ, what was I about to say? Oh, right, yeah. Which brings us into our next topic. Essential video game that people think are stupid now, such as minimap tutorials and quest logs. Who wants to go first?
People who think that shit like that is dumb and stupid need to be quiet, because there are points in games, so if you don't have either of those things, you're either A, just going to be looking at the action, you're either A, going to press the menu button to look at your map every 5 fucking seconds, or B, not know what to do, get lost, and get over cumbered, and just play the game for 15 minutes and just drop it. You don't need a game to hold your hand, but at least point you to the general direction, and shit like minimaps and quest logs do that. Like I said, I'm not asking for every game to be a Ubisoft game where it tells me I should go here, you should go here, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it would be nice if a game told me, hey, you just did this, the best course of action is to do this next, and it doesn't need to tell me, like, it doesn't need to go in depth or annoyingly tutorially, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But one game that I like but I don't at the same time is honestly the Horizon series. I love the gameplay, I love the graphics, I love Aloy as a character, and I love the story. But the reason why I did not buy Horizon Forbidden West for PC, is it out for PC by the way? I could have sworn it came out on PC. Did it come out on PC?
I think it is out on PC. It's out on PC.
Okay. But the reason why I didn't buy it is honestly, I don't like the fact that Aloy states the obvious all the fucking time.
Yeah.
That's where I feel like it's going too much. If you give me a minimap, you give me a quest log, and you give me an icon that I can literally look around with my camera and see in a yellow circle, blue circle, whatever the fuck you want to make the circle, and that circle is telling me which way to go with how much distance, I don't need the character saying, this way is blocked, I should probably go back around south and circle around and then climb a tree, and then go around here, and then go to Guantanamo Bay and climb a mountain, and go bridge, river, big blue tree. I don't need a Dora the Explorer. Like, I don't. You've given me everything at this point. Who is this for? Who is the main character repeating everything that was just talked about in the cutscene, the visual cue, the readable cue, and then... Why? Why? I don't like the fact that Aloy does it. It's incredibly annoying to me.
True.
Babe.
Alright. I hear you. Okay, so I agree with both of you guys saying, because once again, there are pros and cons for minimap. But certain games do it right to where it doesn't hold your hand. It shows you where you can go. So like, I play a lot of RPGs. So I'm recently playing Yakuza, and they do a good job at telling you where to go on the minimap, and they tell you where to go in the overworld, but it doesn't hold your hand. I like games that show you where to go, but they don't hold your hand. Like, oh yeah, here, you gotta go to little Timmy's house down the road, or oh, you gotta go fight Big Bubba J in the prison yard down the block next to the McDonald's. It makes sense that minimaps are there, but people who complain about them, it's kind of ridiculous. Unless it's like something that's like, oh yeah, it basically controls you and moves you to that direction, and it makes you not able to go anywhere else. Like, oh yeah, you gotta go here, you gotta follow the straight path, you can't wander off. It doesn't make sense when it's restricting you, but it makes sense when it allows you to free roam, basically. Like, oh yeah, you can go here, but you can go around and do other stuff, because there's other stuff on this map. So that's my 2 cents, obviously.
Yeah.
I've tried to play condensed city-based games without a minimap, and I swear to God, you will take the most convoluted route to get wherever in the fuck it is that you need to get to the point that it's annoying. Just turn the minimap back on. But
It sucks.
so now, like I just don't get it. So now here's the next question.
Mm-hmm.
How do you guys feel about basically when developers drip feed their fans about an upcoming game. Basically, it's like a teaser here, a teaser there, a hint here, a hint there. Would you rather just have absolute radio silence until a major convention like E3 or Gamescom or Tokyo Game Show, the Game Awards, and we get something? Or are you okay with the drip feeding and the constant teasing of basically edging you to where it's like, when am I going to get something? When am I going to get something? When am I going to get something?
I'd say a bit of both. I'm leaning more on the wait until the announcement, like a big announcement for something on some like big date like E3 or like PAX East or some shit like that. Because if you do radio silence, the con of that is a lot of people aren't crap. A lot of people are going to get a bit rowdy and be like, yo, when the fuck is this working on? And I feel like you're going to add a bunch of unnecessary stress to your workforce if you make it so you can't say anything and people are like, yo, when the fuck is this game coming out? I want this out now, blah, 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 blah. But at the same time, if you drip feed the trailers and content of a game that's coming out over and over again, people are going to be like, you're just spoiling everything. When the hell is this going to come out? I just don't care about seeing this game anymore because I feel like I already played it, even though it's just trailers. I'd say find a nice middle ground in...
Drip feeding isn't trailers.
I meant to say, like, also, like articles.
Drip feeding? Okay, here's a very good example of drip. Dragon Age Dreadwolf. They've been doing a lot of drip feeding about that game since they announced the title of the game. Dragon Age Dreadwolf. All we know is that it's Dragon Age Dreadwolf. It might take place in the Tevinter Imperium. There's been a lot of drip feeding that says it's going to take place in the Tevinter Imperium. They haven't explicitly said it, but that's where it looks like we're going. There's been drip feeding from the developers like, oh, these encrypted messages to where it says, like they'll capitalize the first 3 letters of like the whatever, and then you look at it, it says Dragon Age Dreadwolf, like that type of shit. Or it's just a purple background. And it's like that type of like the basically no context drip feeding. I'm not talking about the constant trailers or oh, here's a demo here, here's a demo there, because that's just oversaturated. Drip feeding means like the literal, here's an eye drop of information, now go crazy.
I'd say make it a happy medium. Like I said before, just keep it a happy medium, but lean more so on wait till E3 and stuff like that.
Okay, I get that. For me, and I don't like drip feeding because I feel like it leads to people having false expectations. I feel like it leads to people building up their own theories in their head and what they want to see and whatever the fuck, whatever. That's where I feel like that goes. And that gets real dangerous because you're letting people basically build a narrative in their head what the game is based on practically nothing.
Yeah.
I've heard people saying, oh, we're gonna go after the king of the Tevinter Imperium, or we're gonna have a Fenris as a party member, and y'all never played Dragon Age, so y'all don't know who that is. Fenris is like the fan favorite character from Dragon Age 2. He's from the Tevinter Imperium. Like, I've heard people say shit like that, or, oh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. Another thing that kind of heavily implies that Dragon Age Dreadwolf is gonna be in the Tevinter Imperium is the fact that the Netflix series that they got, the Netflix show that took place in the Tevinter Imperium. It's kind of like, okay, we get it, it's definitely gonna be Tevinter Imperium. But, that's all we have, and, like, they weren't at the Game Awards and everything else, and there's been so many people, like, looking at little things from teasers, and looking at little things from the plot points, and, like, I don't mind theorizing for fun, but I've ran into people who true blue take this shit seriously to the point to where it's like, they are following it religiously, and I'm like, okay, this is, like, basically you're making people basically rabid for the game, and that's not good, because if it doesn't meet their expectations, they're gonna be upset. And it's like, so that's why I feel like only things that I want is a as vague as possible hint like to the story. Like, give me a summary, but don't spoil it. Give me like a, okay, so you have a created character. You're in the Tabinter Imperium. This guy from the previous game, who you already knew was going to be a bad guy in the next game, he's a bad guy in the next game. And you're going to have more party members. But oh, this fan favorite character is coming back. Stay tuned for more. And then a few months later, then give me a teaser trailer. I don't even care if it's a cinematic trailer. Just give me something like that. I don't like the drip feeding and the weird newsletters. And also something that I don't... Okay, this is something that I don't like, because I feel like a lot of people in the gaming community misinterpret it. I don't like it when developers say the game is fully playable start to finish, because people don't know what that means. People just take that as, oh no, you played the game start to finish. They never said the game was stable. They never said it was optimized. They never said it was bug-free. Playable could literally mean the bare bones minimum of playable.
Yeah.
And people don't think about that. And it's like, it always gets misinterpreted. Every single time a developer has said it, it always gets misinterpreted. And they're like, oh, well, if it's playable, just release it, because that means it's good, right? It's like, it's playable in the studio. That does not mean it is playable by consumer standards. That means that the plot is there, the main mission is there, and that is start to finish. For all, like, the animations might not even be fully inputted into the game. Like, you don't know. Like, there's so many things, like, and so many people just don't think about that when they hear that phrase. And now I'm to the point, every time I hear that phrase, I brace up in pain. Because I'm like, so many people are gonna run with this. Don't do that. Also, so I have to bring up CD Projekt Red again. I am bittersweet about the fact that the community at this point gets a lot of information from the shareholders meetings instead of them actually talking to the community. But on the other hand, I also think about the fact is, I guess the key question is, who's the community? The virtual photographers on Twitter? The Discord groups on Discord? YouTube community? Who is the community anymore? And maybe it could be hard to tell for developers, and I honestly feel for that, because it's like, you put your blood, sweat, and tears, and you dedicate 5, 6, 7 years of your life, 3, 4, 5, Cyberpunk was only developed for 3 years technically, but like, you put so much fucking blood, sweat, and tears for years in your life to one thing, and then it's like, every time you say something, it gets dissected and shit. It could be hard and make you just not want to say anything at all. Which is part of the reason why I'm kind of glad that Square Enix kind of went... I feel like it's different strokes for different folks, and it's a case-by-case thing at the same time. Because Square Enix, when they overshare, it never ends well. But then when they undershare, they give you enough to leave you satisfied.
Yeah.
But then you have a company like EA, and I'm talking about Sims when I say this. Say what you want about the microtransactions. Sims is a bomb-ass series.
Yeah.
They'll give you a little bit regarding the next update for The Sims. And people are happy, but I think it's because there's so much support in that community for The Sims that they're okay with not getting constant information. And then you have, like, other games and shit where people are like, hey, where's the update? Where's the update? Where's the patch? Where's the patch? Like, Splatoon, like, I've heard that, like, the community is very active, and sometimes the Splatoon devs are very communicative, and then other times they're not. It's, like, kind of touch and go, like, I don't know all the way, but it's kind of weird. But then it's like, how do you control the narrative when you're the developer? And I feel like in this day and age, you kind of can't. No matter what you say, it's going to get taken out of context. You can say, oh, the sky is blue. So then people are like, oh, did he say blue? Okay, I think it's going to be midnight blue or baby blue, whatever. It's like, nah, it's got to be this blue. Well, according to the lore, blue is a representative of the indicative of man. When all you said was the sky.
Yeah.
That's all you said. Now IGN is making an article talking about something. They promised the bluest of skies ever, guys, with ray tracing.
Mm-hmm.
All I said was the sky was going to be blue. That's not what I said.
Yeah.
It just fucking kills me. And it's like, ugh. Which also brings me to my next question. How seriously do y'all take game reviews? I don't look at them at all. That's all I'm going to say. I don't look at them at all.
Give them a grain of salt. Even when it comes to someone you like a game reviewer that you like a lot and you think that their opinions is really good, give them a grain of salt and only take your opinion seriously, because different strokes for different folks. Your favorite reviewer can say that this game is fucking amazing and you cannot like it, and vice versa. So always just take it at a grain of salt. Make sure the reviewer that you're getting stuff to is very what's the word?
Unbiased?
Yeah, non-biased and valid. That's what I was trying to say. Thank you. Non-biased and valid, and that's really the best. And just good luck on that. That's really the best thing you can do. Find a non-biased and valid reviewer. Take everything with a grain of salt, and then try it out yourself. And there's a bunch of ways to find a game, to play a game, without buying it. And I'm not trying to say piracy, because don't do that. But you can go on Game Pass. You can find it on a bargain bin. You can do a lot of stuff, and or emulate it if the game is old. So, like I said, just take everything with what you say a grain of salt, and just form your own opinion. That's the best thing to do.
Okay. Okay. The mic Discord's not picking you up.
Okay, so this whole thing, I have a lot to talk about.
Babe, put the mic in your throat.
So,
Okay, guys, I have a lot to talk
stop.
about.
What are you doing?
Okay. Serious.
Yeah.
All right, so I have a lot of experience with this, because the community that I'm in, there are some developers that kind of give us like breadcrumbs of like news and content on like upcoming games, and we might hear something about like a game being announced. We might just like get like a title, and then nothing for months at a time, until something big happens, like a big like convention or something, and then we finally get news for that. And there are pros and cons to that. The pros is that we finally got some news, but the cons is it's been so long that we haven't gotten anything, and people are just like not interested in the game anymore. And the thing about the unbiased reviews, or just reviews in general, I'll piggyback on what Sharper said. Different strokes for different folks. If you feel like the source that you're getting your news from is trustworthy, then okay. But if you know that they like exaggerate it just for clicks, or exaggerate it just to make it more like interesting, then take that information and do what you want with it. I honestly feel like it depends on who you get your news from, who you get your source from. IGN, Kotaku, basically anyone. So yeah, that's my opinion, honestly.
I stopped looking at gaming reviews when I was how old was I? I was 22. I'm 28 now. I stopped listening to gaming reviews when I was 22, and the reason why is because there was and I know people have mixed feelings about the game Final Fantasy 15. There was reviewers who were trying to give Final Fantasy 15 like 2 out of 5 stars, and I'm like, why? And they were trying to say, oh, it's just an emo boy band, it's just a road trip, blah blah blah. And it was like, and I literally, I didn't look at any reviews when I played the game, because I had been following it since PS3 days, you know, Final Fantasy Verse 13, I played the game, fucking loved the game. I actually appreciated the fact that there were OST tracks from other Final Fantasy games that you could play during the driving sequences. And it gave me a moment to do something that you rarely get to do in a lot of action-based games, and that's really just sit down and appreciate the graphical fidelity of a game. To actually sit there and appreciate the lighting and not get fucking ambushed It happened a couple of times in Final Fantasy 15 where you're driving and you get ambushed by something, usually at night. But it was like it was a nice moment when it happened. It wasn't annoying or stupid. And I liked how Noctis played. And when they finally brought in the character swap update to where you could control other characters in battle, I was so fucking happy. And Prompto was broken beyond mine, and he's still... When they changed it and gave him infinite ammo on everything, he became the most broken character in that fucking game. I like 95% of everything about Final Fantasy 15. I understand certain people's complaints about it, but for people to just absolutely say it's an awful game or the worst Final Fantasy game ever, or Tetsuya Nomura butchered, or Hajime Tabata butchered Final Fantasy when he made that game or whatever the fuck, I feel like that's just... No, just shut up. Just shut up and sit down. Like, Versus 13 is not happening. Good luck with Kingdom Hearts 4, whatever the fuck that's gonna be. I'm not gonna touch Kingdom Hearts 4. I have not touched Kingdom Hearts in years. I would not call myself a Kingdom Hearts fan. I don't hate Kingdom Hearts, but I like Final Fantasy better. Anyway, we'll get into that. We'll get into that whole debate, Kingdom Hearts versus Final Fantasy, in another episode. You guys
Final Fantasy wins.
We'll get into it in another episode, Joe. We're not gonna do this today. Actually, I think I might make that the next episode. Shit,
oh gosh.
I think I'm gonna make that the next fucking episode. So, because I'm gonna forget. I'm gonna forget.
No, are you sure you want that?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna bring a Kingdom Hearts fan in and everything.
Are you sure you want this? Are you sure?
Just keep yourself under control and stick with the actual factuals. And y'all will understand why I'm saying this in the next episode. We're doing that the next episode. I'm gonna find somebody who absolutely just loves Kingdom Hearts. That's gonna be the next episode. Alright, so...
One more time! This isn't playing up for comedic effect. One more fucking time! Are you sure?
Find out next time on Mox-Z.
Oh, shit. Okay, let's go.
Okay. Well, we hope that y'all enjoyed the episode, and I do apologize about some of the technical difficulties that you had to deal with. And any comments in the section about am I a girl? This is all I'm going to say. I am a spaghetti monster from Alpha Centauri. You take that information and you do whatever you want with it, but do not spread no false information on my name because I'll cuss you out. Anyway, thank you! Remember to like and subscribe and share the podcast with your friends. Stay tuned for the next episode, Final Fantasy versus Kingdom Hearts. And who shall win? Y'all will understand. You'll understand. It's gonna be fun.
No.
It's gonna be fun.
Why?